Hi, this is Michael Connelly. As you know, I'm Mark Lawson. I'm here to ask him a few questions, one of the giants of this year. And I've interviewed a lot of writers, and some of them have lists of titles which are waiting for books and plots, and other people have lists of plots that are waiting for titles. I suppose some people have both. Where are you on that scale?
Mostly what I try to do in my books is have the titles mean different things at different times. And so that's the obvious or overarching meaning of the title. But when we meet Mickey in this story, he's carrying a lot of guilt over something that has occurred in a prior case. And so he's dealing with his own gods of guilt at the same time he's preparing a case to go to trial. Titles are cool. Titles, like I say, if you can get a title that has multiple echoes or resonance through a story, then I think you're successful with your title. But it is marketing, so that's I'm pretty much the boss of my book, the content of my book, and I take good counsel from my editors and so forth, but titles are definitely marketing, and that's where I've run into trouble over the years with titles I've suggested. I've had a few titles that were just roundly rejected and so forth. So
such as, do you remember any?
Well, the best story I can tell you is I turned in a book. It became City of Bones, which is a title that I love. So I'm glad my editors said, think of something else. But I turned it in as The Blue Religion because it was about the cult and the thin blue line of cops and how they the whole cop world. So I called it The Blue Religion, and I was told if you put religion in the title, the word religion, you're gonna lose some of your audience because some people just don't want to read about religion and they'll not understand it. And so I changed it and I gave them another title that was rejected. Then I finally came up with City of Bones, which I think might be one of my best titles. So it was a good process to go through. But about 5 years later, I was editing an anthology of stories about police. Multiple authors submitted stories for an anthology, and my editor called me up and said, "We're thinking of calling this The Blue Religion. What do you think?" And I said, "Don't you remember what happened 5 years ago?" So.
And I talked to an author the other day who said that they Google tested their other search engines are available, but they Google tested their titles to see what came up. And would you do it to that degree?
Oh yeah, because you don't want to have a title that's just came out last year. And
no, but even what other meanings it might have, or other accidental connections that a title might have.
No, I usually check like on Amazon to see if there's how recently this title has been used, if used at all. And Gods of Guilt, I figured that's been used a lot, and I couldn't find anything. So I was pretty happy with that.